Ooh, hello, dear goddess, and welcome to this week's Thankful to Thrive Thursday. I went to set up and I had the lamp already turned a direction, and I kind of like this whole little ambiance here, so we're gonna roll with this. For those who are new to my channel, my name is Rochelle Richard, and here at Empowerment Experiences, we are finding ourselves on a healing twin flames journey, aren't we? And so what we do, as we come to know that a twin flame journey is really, in truth, a self-love empowerment journey, we are looking for and finding our power in every moment through law of attraction, journaling, shadow work, spirituality of all aspects. Because you are a soul, an infinite soul, having a temporary human experience. You chose to be here. We are here during the greatest time of humanity. And it's pretty fucking awesome. I'm proud of you, Goddess, for coming as far as you have. It's time you be proud of yourself too. To allow yourself to see all that you have overcome, all that you have transcended, all that you have already healed within yourself, to be rising and thriving on your journey. So welcome to this Thankful to Thrive Thursday empowerment message, with the amazing messages that we have been getting through these, especially lately. I get more and more excited to hear what the next one is, to really bring that clarity through what can so often be quite chaotic, right? The twin flame journey, the self-love empowerment journey, right? We have so many beliefs, and again, we've endured so much that we have plenty to heal, plenty to shift and release, to align with that which we desire, to truly be rising and thriving into our power of creating the life that we desire to be living. And that is our contribution to this new earth rising, is that which each and every one of us are individually creating. That is what feeds into the collective creating. And that is why it is your responsibility to take responsibility for what you are creating here. The word responsibility is you reclaiming your power and giving your own self the ability to respond rather than to react subconsciously. Instead, you are consciously responding to your experience rather than being at the mercy of your subconscious reactions. That is what it really is, to shift from surviving into thriving, to truly be awakening to remembering the power within you, by remembering that which you truly are. Courageous, powerful, strong. And so that is exactly what you are being asked to do in order to, again, rise and thrive into your power. You've got to find your brave. You've got to allow yourself to see how brave you are, how much courage you really do have, that fear is nothing more than an illusion. I love the acronym. Fear is false evidence appearing real. And you are being given the opportunity to choose to forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. And I assure you, dear sweet sister goddess, that you are here to face everything and rise, because you are strong enough for it. You are far more courageous than what your mind may allow you to see. You are so protected. You are so supported. You are so loved. You are safe. Again, fear is an illusion. And you can choose to pivot, and rather than focus on that which causes anxiety in you, to break through that, to break down, to feel into that moment, and how divinely aligned that this card comes up. And there has been talk in my free goddess tribe on Telegram about anxiety and being triggered, and what do we do in that space. You feel it. You have to feel it. You have to be able to allow yourself to see firsthand that there is nothing to be afraid of. Anxiety is nothing more than amplified fear, and that is coming from someone who, at one point in my life, I couldn't leave my house. My anxiety was so severe. The thought of walking out that door beyond the property line was enough to send me into a panic attack. And then just a few years later, a couple years ago now, I flew by myself to the other side of the world, a completely foreign country, and felt right at home in that country. 30 hours of travel time, 3 plane rides, and not one moment did I feel anxiety. You see, fear and excitement create the same physiological response in the body. You, with practice, can be reclaiming your power and pivoting into aligning with excitement, shifting into looking at what you can be excited about in your life, rather than focusing on that which gives you fear. Because it is time for you to be reborn, goddess. It is time for the caterpillar that you once were and have been now in a cocoon, for you to be born into the butterfly, so that you can take flight on your journey, to spread your wings and fly and be not afraid of falling. And what's coming to me is a mother bird. What they do for their young is they fly over to a place, and they will sit there and they will chirp and they will call to their young and call to their young for them to fly to her. And they have to find their courage, find their brave to spread their wings and fly. And she just continues to call to them. And goddess, that is exactly what the universe is doing for you. It's calling to you. When you desire something, you have a vision of whatever that is your soul calling you. That is the universe calling you forward, calling you into and through your expansion and ascension journey. The time is now for you to rise and thrive, to find your brave and step into this new, more empowered version of yourself. That version of you that has been buried beneath all the fears and the bullshit. It's time. You get to choose who you are. You get to choose to step into your power and rise, goddess, and rise. Right now, we are just about to start doing my 7-day self-love empowerment challenge, Twin Flame Edition, in my free goddess tribe on Telegram, the @RiseAndThrive tribe. No spaces, no underscores. It's Rise and Thrive tribe, all written out. And It is an amazing challenge, and it creates such powerful shifts in yourself to be stepping into your power so you can create that foundation to be building upon, to truly be rising and thriving in your journey. The time is now. That's what this rebirth is about. It's finding the courage to allow yourself to receive that which you desire to manifest. You are that catalyst. You are the one that has to get out of your own way through these blocks of bullshit belief systems that you have about yourself, or about your twin flame, or about your career, men, money, whatever you believe that contradicts, that's telling a story that is contrary to that which you desire. That is what is blocking you from receiving what you desire. You have all the power, goddess. That's what this courage card is about, is you allowing yourself to see that power within you and stepping into that and being unafraid to be in your fucking power. It doesn't matter what someone else has to say, think, or feel about who you are and what you're doing and who you're being in your journey. This is exactly why I created this free group of goddesses supporting goddesses. Others who are on their twin flame journeys, all of them, but every single one of them on a self-love empowerment journey of literally learning how to truly allow themselves to rise and thrive into their power and create the lives that they so deeply desire and richly deserve. And the only one who ever stands in the way of any of that is each our own selves. Nobody else. And as I said, we do that by the stories that we create that control the habits that we have. It's time to rewrite those. And you're not here to do it alone. This is why this receive card as well comes up, because how often have you not let yourself receive the support? Do you have a belief that says if you want something done right, you got to do it yourself? Or the only one who has the power is me, period. That I don't need someone else. Well, you may not need someone else, but you create that much more of a struggle for yourself because we each cannot see our own dark sides of the moon. And that is what support is really about. Being able to open yourself up to receive the perspective of others who are sharing in this journey with you, who truly do understand exactly what you're going through in their own way, in their own perspective, and therefore can provide you with a perspective that you may not have considered. And that's the key to unlocking your next level of expansion, your next step in your ascension journey. But if you tell yourself such things as, I don't want to be a bother, I don't want to burden someone else, sweetheart, those are blocks to allowing yourself to receive the support that you need, that's going to uplift you. It's one thing for someone to do things for you. It's another thing for you to look up and see someone reaching a hand down and says, here, I'll give you a hand, and just helping you up to that next step. But you still have to be the one to reach up and accept that outstretched hand and lift that foot up and climb up those stairs or that edge of the hole that you might be in. You still have to be the one to make that choice. to find that courage to say, I am going to choose to no longer stay here. I am choosing to come out into the light and illuminate my own shadow self, that which I am afraid of. It's time to reclaim that power, goddess. And again, you are not expected to do it all alone. This is what the overcoming the illusion of separation is about, is allowing yourself to see the connectedness between us all, the law of one. That is what I have come to understand very deeply, that the illusion of separation is all about in the twin flame journey, is so that we can rise and thrive and step into our power of coming to understand and know exactly how to close that gap and come into union with our true selves and transmute that separation into the knowing that we are all connected. Because what greater challenge is there to know that you have this counterpart that you are so intricately connected with, that has this dynamic where they run from you and then you go chasing. But in truth, the chasing that you are doing is you running from yourself. It's time to come back home to yourself, and it's time to allow yourself to receive the support that you require at this point in your journey, as you are being reborn into a more expanded version of yourself. It's time to find your brave and let go of the stories that you've been telling yourself as to why, oh, I can just do it all myself. I get it, goddess. I've known that. I've known that. But you know what? This is what other experts are about, such as, to get technical, I don't really know Facebook ads. That's not my thing. I've done it before, but it didn't click. Or creating the funnels and all of that. I'm here to serve you. I'm here to fulfill my mission through my expertise. I am not a marketing guru. And so I allow myself to receive the support. And it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. You will definitely shift so much faster with that support. You will be better equipped to see your own dark side of the moon when you have others sharing in that journey with you and saying, hey, oh my goodness, so this is one of my triggers, or this is what I've experienced, and this is how I shifted that, or this is what I focus on. There's nothing to be afraid of in yourself, goddess. I assure you. I assure you. It is time to shine the light on the shadows within yourself that are keeping you living small, that are keeping you in this old version of yourself, even keeping you in this cocoon space of suffering. I mean, when a caterpillar is in the cocoon, it literally turns into a gob of goo. Like, it has to undergo this full and complete transformation to be transformed, reborn as a butterfly. And in this cocoon space, this is really what you're doing, is you're looking at these parts of you that have to be dissolved and transmuted and then integrated via the lessons that they offered you, so that you can become the butterfly that you truly are. And that means to, yes, bring that balance within yourself. That's exactly what you're doing. is you're no longer overwhelming yourself and creating an imbalance in yourself and, of course, in your twin flame connection by focusing on where your power is not. Everywhere your finger is pointing, that's where your power is going. So if you're continually focusing on your counterpart, your twin, what he's doing or she's doing, what they're doing, or what's happening in your family, in your relationships, in your job, anything in your experience, if that's where your attention is going, where your finger is pointing as to why you're not able to create the life that you desire, that's where your power is going. You're not in your power. It's time to turn that finger around and ask yourself, what am I doing or not doing to create balance within myself, to come into union within me? Because that's what this is about, Goddess. It's about balancing the feminine and masculine energies in yourself. And the feminine energy is receptive energy. The feminine energy is flow. The feminine energy is surrender. And that is why right now it is the rise of the feminine, not feminism. There's a lot of things in this world that are rooted in shadow space. Feminism is one thing, but feminine energy is gentle and nurturing. And as I said, surrendering. It is not aggressive. It is receptive. It is attraction. What always comes to mind is birthing a baby. I've never had that honor personally. However, I'm very much surrounded by so many moms. And what greater space of surrender than to have an entire other being growing inside your body that you have no control over. Not really, except for what you put into your body and how you take care of yourself. But as for that which is growing inside of you, you have to surrender to that process. You're not the one that's technically growing that baby, right? You have to surrender to that process. So it's time to surrender, dear Goddess. It's time to relinquish the illusion of control that you think you have over things in your life, because that is where you are giving power away. Is you are focusing on where you have no power over. And that is how you really bring that balance back to yourself, is by turning inward and focusing on where, yes, your power truly is, and where you have power over, which is inside you. And the only way to really rise and thrive on your journey is by having that balance. Otherwise, you're going to keep teetering down here. You're going to keep, in essence, perceivably falling off. Now, you can never, ever be off your path. Never. You are where you are, and you are exactly where you're supposed to be. And that is, again, what this surrender is about. It's letting go of the judgment. It's recognizing that that is ego. Surrender is soul. Ego is control. I'll say that again. Surrender is soul. Ego is control. So if you are in a space of feeling like you're going to take some actions to control, in an attempt to control your twin flame connection, or your job, other relationships in your life, whatever aspect, that's coming from ego. And things probably aren't going to go very well, just so you know. We might not have light worker cards tonight, I'm telling you. Well, then we shall forego those. Moving on, the Sacred Forest Oracles. My favorite, my new favorite. I mean, I love my original unicorn oracles, of course. But these are my new, birthday ones. Oof. Wow. Wow. Wow, we have a handful. And looky there, right off the bat. Transformation. Rebirth. Transformation. Which is rife with uncertainty. It is the space of the unknown, and the ego does not like that which is unfamiliar. I just keep hearing safe, safe, safe throughout all of this right now. It's like an echo in my mind. No matter what that ego tells you, no matter the depth and degree of uncertainty, you are safe, goddess. This is the soul's journey. There is nothing to fear here. Remember, fear is an illusion. Think about that caterpillar becoming a butterfly. Allow yourself to see that the divine is truly holding and supporting you. It's up to you to allow yourself to see and receive that support to a greater depth and degree. Because that will ease the overwhelm of this uncertainty. Phoenix rising from the ashes. Yet again, another rebirth. It is time to transmute those fears. As I've said, fear and excitement create the same physiological response in the body. You have the power to transmute that fear into something empowering, such as excitement. And yes, it is going to mean that you have to sit in it. You have to feel to heal. Just like being burned. That is exactly what is happening. When you feel as though you are, being burned, right? When you are in that space, that extreme, and I feel you, sister, that extreme anxiety, that extreme space of pain. The phoenix rises from the ashes. So, I hear, set your dial to joy. I have another soul sister in my realm. That is her motto. That is her line. That is her thing. Set your dial to joy. Pivot, 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 goddess. As you break down, what I like to say, that's like a raging river, right? You have so much energy coursing through you. And so often, I assure you, one of my favorite ways to purge and cleanse is the shower purge, where you are in the shower, you have your meltdown moment, you're sobbing, that fugly cry, your body is shaking loose, all of those things that have been stagnant and trapped inside you, the things that you have repressed and suppressed and held on to because you thought you needed to. No more, goddess. It's time to transmute that. And as you do so, as you break that down and you break through, and that raging river begins to calm and become a steady stream, peaceful and sweet. That's when you pivot. That's when you really begin to focus on gratitude. And as she says, set your dial to joy. That's where your power is, goddess. Surrender and allow for that time when you do take that action, when you have come out on the other side, when you have you've broken down the barriers and the walls, and you break through into the light, into the other side of freedom, liberation, activation, Because yes, you are the one that has that power within you to create anything. The spring is new. Hello, rebirth, transformation, transmutation. They're all connected, Goddess. Because that is your path to enlightenment, is illuminating the truth of that which you are, liberating yourself from the energetic chains that have held you bound to your past, bound to your struggle, bound to your suffering, bound to your pain. It is time that you find your brave, step into that courage within you, and cut those fucking chains and break yourself free of that prison. Be it the twin flame trap of being obsessed with him rather than focusing on you within. It's time to set yourself free. It's time to spread your wings and fly. It's time that you truly become illuminated and shine your unique, brilliant, bright light in this world. That's why you're here. You're here to be and become you, the true you that's buried beneath all that bullshit that you were told that you were, but you're really fucking not. You're really not. The first Sacred Forest Oracle is the Butterfly Spirit Transformation, card number 8, which is the number for abundance, dear Goddess, abundance. Butterfly Spirit Transformation. In the sacred forest, you can hear their approach before they arrive. Listen. It's the songs of butterflies. Their melody trails behind them in ribbons of luminescent lights as their delicate gossamer wings flutter in a kaleidoscope of sound, color, and delight. Magic is afoot. You receive this card when you are in the process of change. Old structures, beliefs, and ideas are falling away to be replaced with vitality and new pathways. Soon you'll be seeing the world in a fresh way. You're at the beginning, in the middle, or at the end, the completion of an enormous transformation in your life. Don't hold on to old structures and limited ways of thinking. You are the catalyst, Goddess. The power is within you. Even if it looks as if you're in murky waters and things feel confusing, and even if it seems that everything is dissolving around you, this is only the clearing that occurs just before rebirth. It's all for your highest good. Remember, you are safe as these changes occur around you. The butterfly is a powerful metaphor for transformation. For it to gain its wings, the caterpillar must weave a chrysalis and then completely dissolve into a kind of liquid soup before reforming into the shape of a butterfly. Enzymes dissolve all of its tissues before it metamorphosizes into something completely different. So relax into the changes. You are bringing vibrant energy into the world. The spirit of the butterfly says, the past is behind you. Everything is changing. It's time to launch a new cycle, a new project. With care, miracles can abound. And I was hearing 111 because 111 is the most powerful angel number for new beginnings, for recognizing that you have the power through and over those new beginnings and what you're creating through your thoughts, what you're feeding, what you're giving your focus and attention to, what your beliefs are. That is how you really truly step into this next version of yourself, goddesses, by really, really looking at the beliefs that you have about yourself and your twin flame connection, your life as a whole, and all the facets therein. Next, we have Thicket of Thorns, Uncertainty, card number 43. This is the highest number of cards of the Sacred Tree oracles that I have had come through in an empowerment message here. Thicket of Thorns. Wow, I have like burping and a yawn coming. It's really amplifying this message right here. So let's see what we have to hear here. You have found yourself in a thick briar patch. When you try to go forward, the branches entangle you. When you attempt to go back, thorns prevent your movement. No matter what direction you try, there are blockages. To move causes pain from the long, sharp thorns. Stop struggling. Stop moving. Breathe. Relax. And magically, the thicket opens to reveal a sparkling path out. Surrender, goddess. The caterpillar, again, is not the one doing the transforming. It is surrendering to the transformation that is happening for it, on its behalf. It knows it's becoming a butterfly, but it knows not what this journey is exactly like to get there. When we talk about something that is thorny, it means that it is difficult or challenging. If it feels that you're stuck in some area of life, you're right. When you are truly uncertain about what direction to take, be still. Do not struggle to get ahead, as you'll only immerse yourself even deeper in the briars. Dear Goddess, what hits me is you cannot think your way out of something in the same way that you thought yourself into something. Just as this card is referencing, you move forward, you have a blockage, but you go backwards and you got thorns. It's like the car things the little speed bumps that you go over, and if you back up, they blow your tires. So you have no choice but to surrender. It's what you're being asked. The first step to move forward is to acknowledge where you are. Instead of asserting that you're not stuck, accept the truth. The universe desires your success. It only requires that you wait until the path is ready for you, which means you have got to get ready to be ready for that path, for when that path reveals itself. Now is that time. This is so in line with Twin Flame Tuesday this week about sanctuary and being present in this moment now, being right here where you are, allowing yourself to be where you are. No judgments, no condemnations, no struggling that you're creating for yourself. Just let go, surrender, and be where you are. Because you are where you are, and you are exactly where you're supposed to be. Acknowledge the truth of the situation. Wait until you have a clear direction, then slowly and methodically take action. The only one in a hurry here is your ego. Because the ego is that aspect of ourselves that does not leave this realm. The ego does die. In fact, you'll experience countless ego deaths before it is completely gone. Once the infinite soul that you are transitions and moves on to its next experience in whatever aspect or area or facet or realm or dimension of the universe that it desires. It is only your ego that is obsessed with time and hurrying and needing to do something. Now, yesterday. No. Let go. In fact, no was one of the cards, I believe, for Twin Flame Tuesday or Super Sign Sunday. It was definitely this week. In the fairy tale Sleeping Beauty, an impenetrable thorny hedge surrounds a sleeping princess, the royal family, and everyone in the castle. For 100 years, many princes try to make their way to her through the thicket, but to no avail. Finally, a prince passed, and the thicket opened for him, so he was able to find the princess with ease. The message here is to trust in divine timing. Oh, goddess, especially in this twin flame journey, right? I know for me that has been one of the greatest spaces of surrendering to divine timing. Like, it is a complete up level of a self-love empowerment journey. It felt so much easier to surrender to divine timing before I met my twin flame. Then it was just this whole other level of, oh, what the fuck, right? The prince is triumphant because he appears at the right time. When the time is right, everything falls into place. And while you are in this pause, this is when you are working on you. This is when you are really anchoring into and embodying that divine, unconditional source love within yourself, for yourself. The spirit of the thicket of thorns says, timing is everything. Let go of the struggle. You'll gain great rewards. So again, stop trying to control that which you have no power of control over. You only can ever find power and control that which is inside you. Next, we have the Phoenix, transmutation, card number 29. At the edge of the forest rises a mountain. The journey to the top is long and arduous. The path has boulders and landslides that make it difficult to discern what lies ahead. Uncertainty, how perfect, right? Yet you climb, knowing that something remarkable awaits you. As you finally reach the top, you peer over a boulder to see a large pyre. An old, tired phoenix comes into view, his wings dragging, only to heave himself into the fire. The flames leap higher and higher. As they die down, out of the ashes arises a renewed phoenix, with bright colors that outshine the sun. He looks directly at you with a fierce intensity before soaring off the mountaintop. Your life is changing, perhaps in ways you didn't expect, but it is wildly wonderful. Transmutation is the act of changing from one state of being or one element into another. The phoenix is legendary for his transmutation in fire. In the flames, he is reborn, leaving behind his old and tired self to become a passionate, wild, and free bird to truly spread his wings and fly as his true, authentic self, no longer being weighed down by the illusions and delusions of what he once thought he was, the limitations that he once held for his own self. He freed himself from the chains, goddess. Something that you might have thought would never change is changing into something amazing. It's not an ending, rather, it is a bright, shiny, new beginning. Situations that seemed lackluster are transmuting into fabulous opportunities. Release expectations and limited thinking, for things are not as they seem. We only perceive 1% of our experience, Goddess. 1%. So when your ego, your very limited ego mind wants to tell you that this little itty bitty experience is all there is, she's lying to you. I'm just gonna call it. She's lying to you. So it's up to you to see through that illusion, the fear, the illusion of fear. Because the ego is created to keep you safe in this world, but what it perceives as safe is that which is familiar. And if you are familiar with trauma and pain and struggle and suffering and money being hard to come by and, men using and taking advantage of you, or whatever any of these stories are, you've got to be the one to change that, to transmute that. The spirit of the phoenix says, a big change is at hand in your life. What feels like an ending is really a beginning. Rising out of the flames and ashes, you are entering a new cycle. Even if life seems murky in areas, this is only the clearing before a rebirth. Hang in there. The best is yet to come. Next, the hummingbird spirit, joy, and we have double twos on this one. Double twos. In the sacred forest, hummingbirds have incredibly beautiful auras. A shimmering, sparkling frequency surrounds them. With every flower they dip into, the colors of their aura and the frequency of their energy shifts. Each one hovers directly before you without fear, flashing in iridescent colors in the sun. The vibration of their wings sounds like a universal Om. Open your heart to celebration and fun. Who told you that you need to suffer to grow? Your soul expands and leaps and bounds through following your bliss and expressing your love. Embrace life, yourself, and others in the moment. You've been waiting until circumstances are different before you allow yourself to experience joy. If you have, you may have a long wait. Life is always changing. If you don't follow your bliss now, when will you? This is how manifestation works, Goddess. This is why, again, in order to manifest physical union with your twin, you have to come home to union within first. You have to be embodying that love inside yourself. You have to be anchored in your power. You have to be feeling and energetically embodied in the frequency of anything that you desire. You have to be living as if it already is. Your purpose in life is to experience joy. Take steps toward that now while protecting your personal boundaries. You don't need to do everything all at once, but you do need to start. Happiness spreads to others like wildfire and can help heal the world. Although hummingbirds are small, they are capable of traveling great distances and can even fly backward. Their presence is a reminder that life is not just about reaching the destination. It's about the joy of the journey. Hummingbirds visit an average of 1,000 flowers a day. Because they expend tremendous amounts of energy, it's necessary to have periodic times of rest. Follow their example and remember to replenish yourself. Again, as I said, this week, just Twin Flame Tuesday was exactly that, Goddess. If you missed that message, then now is the time when this message is done and received. Go back and watch Twin Flame Tuesday from this week. They are connected because everything is connected. The spirit of the hummingbird says, replenish yourself. True happiness comes from following the dictates of your soul, not your ego. Remember, soul is surrender, ego is control. Life is change. Be open to change and look for joy in the moment. Find your boundaries and stand strong. These include boundaries with yourself. Discover your joy. All is well. And then we have Spirit Guardian of Spring. Activation, card number 36. Daffodils are surfacing through the dark, rich soil. Tiny green buds are busting forth on every tree as a cacophony of bird song fills the air. Flowers are bursting into bloom, and there is a wild scampering through the forest as creatures large and small revel in the glorious energy of spring. A new cycle has begun again. Rebirth. Do not hesitate. The time is now. Take action. It's okay if you are hesitant or even afraid. Face that fear and do it anyway. Find your courage to spread your wings and fly, Goddess. Whew, this is a great message today. I'm loving it. And I'd love to hear how this has resonated with you. I love that. I do. I truly love, hearing from all of you out there, how these empowerment messages come through for you, how they resonate with you, and what awarenesses, what aha moments that you gain from these, and how it has supported you in your expansion here, in your awakening journey. There are times to pull back and think carefully before every action, but this isn't one of those times. Forge forward with courage and certainty. A new beginning awaits you. The 111, new beginnings, and being very aware of your thoughts, because thoughts become things. You might experience some chaos or turmoil, but that is all part of this exciting time of activation. Challenges are opportunities for growth. You've got to grow into that version of yourself that is the one in the vision that you desire. Or else, if you were already that version of yourself, you would already be living in that vision. You have to be the one to shift into and embody that version of yourself in order to step into that vision that you have of that which you desire. Do not allow upheaval to disrupt your forward trajectory. Be courageous and forthright. Make your decisions swiftly and with confidence, and then act on them with steely resolve. In ancient times, people employed springtime ceremonies to clear out the old and invite in the new. Spring was seen as a time of new life, seeds sprouting, eggs hatching, animals giving birth, and new beginning. Spring also refers to hope, renewal, growth, youth, and love. And ceremonies were done to honor this transition in life. The spirit guardian of spring says, get ready, big changes are ahead. Things that have been incubating are now coming to life. A profound transformation is ahead. Take risks, keep going. Prepare for this time of upheaval, fluctuations, and renewal. And the end result will be glorious. that end result, enlightenment, right? Illuminating your true self unto yourself. Forest Temple Enlightenment, card number 19. The sound of delicate chanting fills the forest. You follow the sound as you walk down a meandering path into a small clearing. Before you, a forest temple becomes visible. As you get closer, it feels that the chanting is penetrating deep into your soul. Something seems to be shifting within you. Everything is the same, yet everything is somehow different. And that is exactly what it is to shift into a new version of yourself. You're still you. You're just a more liberated, more true you. Meditate on the light within you and around you. Connect with the ever-present energy of the divine. Right now, your awareness is increasing. Your ability to understand the world is shifting. More and more, you can see situations from all points of view, and this creates an expansion in all parts of your life. This card can also reflect times when you are seeing the world from only your personal point of consciousness, which is dramatically restricting possibilities for you. Exactly as I said about this support card. We each cannot see our own dark sides of the moon. We need someone to kind of go, hey, psst, your fly is open, right? You got a hole in your pants in the back, right? In temples throughout the world, initiates withdraw from their surroundings in order to gain an expanded perception of the inner reality of life. Intuition and healing abilities emerge during these times. Light is flooding into your life now. With enlightenment, you'll feel the expansion from a limited sense of self to an awareness of the cosmos around you. The spirit of the forest temple says, positive changes are coming. You are lightening up, feel buoyant and free. Your connection to spirit is deepening. Old beliefs about who you are and what you deserve in life are falling away, replaced by incredible new paths. Oh my goodness, sweet sister goddess, this. Wow, there's so much power in this empowerment message for Thankful to Thrive Thursday. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Do you feel that, goddess? Do you feel that power within you? Because you are powerful as fuck. Sentence enhancer required. Oh, dear sweet goddess. You deserve everything that you desire. All you've got to do is get the fuck out of your own way. And I'm saying this is coming through for not just you, but me too. This is for all of us, right? So we can continue to be rising and thriving in our self-love empowerment journey, our twin flame journey, which again, I will constantly remind you, a twin flame journey is a self-love empowerment journey. It's about you awakening to remembering the truth of that which you are and the power that you truly possess. The power that is in your hands because it's always been inside you. And that is something I'm so passionate about guiding you into and through seeing that. Because I know all too well, dear sweet sister goddess, what it is to be so disempowered in my life, in my journey. But I also fucking know what it is to be rising and thriving into my power too. And that is what I so deeply desire for you. Because I know that if I can, you can too. And there are processes to this, I assure you, and I am more than aware and equipped to share these with you We are many-layered and multifaceted beings, and that means that there are so many different practices, techniques, tools, and resources that I have certainly come to know that has allowed me to rise and thrive to even just where I am now. Again, this is a perpetual going and growing journey. We are going to be perpetually expanding into this rising and thriving space wherein we are finding our power in every moment, more and more expanded. That said, dear sweet goddess, first and foremost, come join us in the free Goddess Tribe on Telegram. We're about to be starting a consistent, continual process of sharing in the 7-day Self-Love Empowerment Challenge together. And that is free. It is a free 7-day Self-Love Empowerment Challenge, Twin Flame Edition, where we really learn how to break ourselves free from that twin flame trap to be rising and thriving into our power on this, which is our self-love empowerment journey. To actually utilize the gifts within your twin flame connection to assist in the facilitation of this expansion, of this learning, growing, expanding, and ascending journey that you are on. I'm so excited to be sharing in that with you, Goddess. This is not my first challenge that I divinely created. It is the first with the twin flame twist. But every single one of my challenges, goddesses have been truly so grateful for the powerful shifts that they have experienced in these challenges. So I invite you to, one, join the Telegram group, free support, and sign up today for the 7-day Self-Love Empowerment Challenge so you can, once and for all, break yourself free of the twin flame trap so you are truly rising and thriving on that which is your twin flame self-love empowerment journey. That said, dear sweet sister goddess, thank you so much for receiving with me this incredibly amazing and empowering goddess rising empowerment message. My name is Rochelle Richard, and I am here, as I've said, to remind you that the power is in your hands, because it has always, always, always been inside you. Namaste.